If you have assignments to write in your course, this video is for you. We will cover academic integrity, kind of like the moral code for academic writing, referencing or acknowledging other authors in your writing, plagiarism, the opposite of referencing or just plain stealing someone's words, and finally submitting a draft of your assignment to SafeAssign. The whole reason for referencing is to ensure academic integrity. All academic writing, that means your assignments too, are considered part of a universal body of academic writing. Now, any piece of academic writing, including your assignment, will involve the research of and then reference to the work or writing of other authors. Alison Kirk, in her book Learning in the Marketplace, puts it very clearly, saying academic integrity usually boils down to no cheating, no plagiarism. So this means acknowledging the ideas of another author by correctly citing or referencing them in your assignment. Referencing is essential to academic integrity. As you develop your writing skills and ability to think critically, the thoughts and ideas you develop will build upon the work of others, and in turn, others will build upon your work. So let's start with a clear example of plagiarism, taking another author's words, which is the thoughts and ideas they've developed, and presenting them as your own. So at a minimum, you must acknowledge them as the author by correctly citing them. Direct quotes like this should be used very sparingly though. Good academic writing requires you to present ideas and thoughts in your own words. So taking this same example, you would take the words or ideas, concept, thoughts of the author and put them in your own words. This is called paraphrasing. This is a challenge for most students and a skill you develop over time. So how can you make sure you're referencing correctly? This leads us to submitting a draft of your assignment to SafeAssign. Universities will often use plagiarism detection tools like SafeAssign to scan for any matches between your work and the existing universal body of academic work. Sometimes your course will give you the option of submitting a draft to SafeAssign, and in some cases as many drafts as you like, before your final submission. This is the perfect opportunity to review and amend your academic writing for plagiarism. When you submit a draft to SafeAssign, it gives you back a report showing matches and an overall percentage match. Don't worry so much about the percentage match. It's not what matched but why that's important. This is where the report comes in. There are a few different reasons that you might get a match. Time for a few more examples. So in this first example, there is a direct quote that is matched. The author and quote has been referenced though, so the match is okay, as long as this type of quoting is allowed in your assessment. Another place where you should expect matches is your reference list. They will match, often match, and should match. Just check the referencing guide for your course to make sure you are following the correct referencing format, as there are different approaches for referencing. Another common place for matches is where you are citing a framework or theory within your discipline area. For example, this shows a match to a theoretical framework, but this is acceptable because it is a commonly used and understood construct in the discipline. Any matches outside these could be an indicator that you need to review your writing and referencing. The bonus of submitting your draft to SafeAssign is that it can prompt and remind you of where you've taken source content but not yet referenced properly. Take your referencing seriously. It's not just an issue of ethics. Plagiarism will mean a serious loss of marks, or worse, being reported for academic misconduct. Just remember, if you are submitting a draft to SafeAssign, it's considered a draft and will not be accepted as a final submission. You have to submit your final submission separately. Well, hopefully you now have a good understanding of what plagiarism is, the importance of correct referencing, and how you can use a draft submission to SafeAssign to check your academic writing.